Before you watch episode 13, I want to just come in here and say a couple of things. Firstly, this episode was recorded in the middle of January before we took over our last shop, and we are talking about our thoughts and feelings in the process of buying our second shop. The other thing I want to mention is the video quality is slightly off. We are still working on it. It's a work in progress, but it should be better for the next round of videos. Unfortunately, I am a noob at recording content. So watch and enjoy, and if you love it, share it with your friends. Ready?
I think so. Check. Checkmate.
You know, business is like a game of chess. You got to place your moves and have the right people in place. Because if you have a shit accountant, could fuck your business. That's the lesson for today. We're talking about what is currently happening in the world of Magic Brothers. There's behind the scenes things that are happening that we can't release right now, but this is going to be an unreleased conversation that will happen after the turn of events.
Well, I think we're talking about it openly just so we can have this for our recollection anyway.
For sure.
If we feel like we need to share it, we can share it. This will be the uncut version. Could be cut, but uncut so far.
I reckon we're going to release this thing eventually once the tables turn the way they need to get turned. So
fuck, the tables are sideways right now.
Look, there's a few things that are happening right now, and just going to be straight out, we are currently in the process of undergoing a business purchase.
So exciting.
Very, very exciting.
We're buying this shop in Parkdale. It's called Coma Pizza, and we are going to take over and rebrand it as Magic Brothers Pizzeria very soon. If the sale goes through, the problem that we're running into is we're trying to get finance from the bank, and the bank is taking their sweet time, and we have to get this contract signed. Therefore, there is a tight schedule because the owner really wants to sell very fast. He's under a lot of pressure to sell, and if he doesn't get the sale across, the business is going to go to someone else. Now, I've been looking at this business for about 3 months now, and only a month ago it's gone up for sale. Straight away I was onto trying to buy it. Within a day I had put my deposit down to try and get it off the market, and so now we're just trying to finalize all of the commitments to purchase the business, and that comes down to finance. ANZ are giving us an absolute runaround.
They're actually not. I think it's actually, they're really not. I think we're making that worse to be. But the issue is, we basically signed the heads of agreement at the end of 2024, literally in the period where everyone's on holidays. Banks are closed, everyone's away. So nothing happens over that period. So we signed the heads of agreement, and the first week of January, from the 6th of January or whatever, we started doing the paperwork. The accountant on their side had to get their Section 52 ready, had to get their paperwork ready, their BAS ready, and then about a week and a half later, we got all the information. And then a week ago, we basically went to the bank and said we want to get a loan of X amount of dollars. And now we've basically had 9 days since we've started the conversation with the banks. They've now told us we've got a signal approval from our broker who had a conversation with the banker, but the banker's now taken another extra week to get things moving. And we basically have less than 3 weeks from today.
Today is 24th of January.
And we've got the settlement date on the 11th of February. So we've got literally 2.5 weeks to get things settled.
At least 1 or 2 weeks before is when finance gets handed over. That way we can get landlord approval. So yeah, we're just in a tight place.
I feel this pressure in my gut. I go to sleep every night. It's just on my mind of banks approving this finance, and if they don't approve the finance for whatever reason, what's our next steps? We are so confident we're going to get this shop, but there's always a potential that we don't get the shop or we don't get the finance.
Yes.
We're getting the shop. That's a flat out, straight up commitment. So basically this morning we had a conversation with our lawyer who just reviewed the contract of sale. There's a few back and forths to happen with our lawyer versus with their lawyer. And so every day there's some things happening. And this is the exciting part of buying a business, but it's also stressful as fuck.
It's really gut wrenching because nothing's actually for certain. You put in all this work for these things to happen, you just don't really know.
But here's the funny part, and this is why I went back to earlier. I said, make sure your accountant is good, because we've just signed on with a new accountant because our old accountant missed a lot of things. Going back through and putting our paperwork into the broker and the bank so they can do their diligence on our finance and our business, we realised there was an outstanding amount. This is ridiculous. There was an outstanding amount of $7,000 from the June BAS, so 6-7 months ago. There was a $9,000 amount from the ATO that had not been processed on the ATO side, even though we've paid it, and we've got bank statements, we've went to ANZ, they approved, we paid it, but the
You
ATO
can't find it.
couldn't find it. And the old accountant never mentioned you've got $15,000 outstanding, guys, what's going on? Just have a look at what you're doing. Like, this is literally your job. We pay you a certain amount of money every single month to get your job done. We shouldn't be going through ATO stuff and looking at like what's outstanding. Like, that is literally their job.
And now, since it's happened, banks are taking their time and deeming it a bit more risky because we have outstanding BASs and lodgements that we haven't done. And now it's like, $15,000 that we're outstanding to the ACO, even though we've paid one and obviously we didn't know about the second one.
We do everything by the book in this business, and it's just frustrating that something out of our control has
caused this,
potentially impacted our ability to get finance. That's that. We've paid that bill off. The other $9,000 that was missing has now been cleared off. ATL found both those payments now, which is good.
It's not cleared off yet, actually.
No, it is.
No.
You see the email?
No, she said no. It was only the first payment that got
Oh, beaut.
cleared. Yeah, so we're fucked.
Well, the other one, ANZ have approved that we've paid it correctly.
Yes.
So I think that's fine, and we're getting the loan through ANZ.
Correct.
So anyway, it's a topsy-turvy sort of roller coaster ride right now. The emotions are high and low, and Mac and I walk around every day and we say I'm scared. And
look at the fucking walls and shit.
yeah, just wondering what was going on. And like, just that moment we hear from the broker that like we got the approval, I'm gonna be running around like a headless chook.
So yeah, that's our little conundrum, but also explanation of what's happening with the Magic Brothers.
It's really exciting. Like, we're very, very excited for this new opportunity in Parkdale.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
We're gonna rock it.
We hope this does get released, because then it means that we've done something right. So we'll see you on the other side. And as always, taste magic.
Feel magical.